All right. We are back here and we are live. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we're once again here live for my live review of this week's episode of NXT UK, the May 15th, 2019 edition that took place again at the Braehead Arena in Glasgow, Scotland. We had two more qualifying matches and I think it is 2 weeks away. Yeah, 2 weeks away, I believe it's got to be. Will be a number one contenders fatal four-way. The winner will face the winner of next week's main event. As of now, it's being advertised, and it's a believable advertisement, not overhype like the main roster does. But next week's main event will be the rematch between Walter, the current United Kingdom champion, and Pete Dunne. The winner of the fatal four-way, the one contenders match, which we have one more match to determine who will be the fourth member of that fatal four, which I don't think it was announced at all this week's episode who that will be. We'll probably find out next week. But the winner of that number one contenders fatal four-way will face the winner of Walter and Pete Dunne eventually for United Kingdom Championship opportunity. Of course, we'll see what happens, of course, with that match next week. As far as this episode of NXT UK goes, it was all right. I thought I was more so just on the decent, the solid side. I guess we had just a lot of small stuff crammed into the show. Nothing really terrible. We had two debuts. Well, one in-ring debut. One just came out and just made a statement basically. We had two more qualifier matches, but everything was kind of short. I felt like they tried to cram in a lot of things on this show. Like it felt. I mean, it was only a 53-minute episode. So I'm surprised because some episodes have gone, over 53 minutes. Got over maybe like 5 minutes over an hour. Once in a blue moon, you'll see this or an episode of NXT go like an hour and 15. Oh my goodness! Well, a rare here and there, it's okay to do that. But I feel like they could maybe taken one or two things out of this show and just maybe given a couple of these matches, like the fatal four-way, the fatal four-way qualifier matches, maybe a little bit more time. The main event wasn't even 5 minutes. It was like I think I saw on the site that I'm using. It is a the main event. Let me see here. I have the title listed here on F4W Online or whatever the heck it's called. The main event was only 4 minutes and 36 seconds. So again, kind of a bunch of really short matches. Actually, the first qualifier we had was about 10 minutes, which okay, not too bad. But yeah, just a lot of stuff crammed in on the show. Live chat. We have a couple of live chat. What's up, Tyler? What's up, Lee Squad? NXT UK is always an all right show. It was never bad. I really want to see Andrade win Money in the Bank. He or she said. Again, I'm sorry, some of you are he or she, but thank you for yourself in live chat. Again, Andrade win Money in the Bank would be fine. Again, even Tyler saying Drew, which I'd be okay with that. Still really think Sammy needs it though. But thank you for your input in the live chat as always, guys. A tables match between Rollins and Corbin at Extreme Rules, whatever. He's the Heat. Hey, thank you very much for clarifying that, man. Thank you, of course, as always, for your continued support. Are you gonna do best and worst WWE Championship feuds? Again, I may not be able to do my special live stream tomorrow. I might have to wait till Friday. I will either do that one either this week or next week. I promise you, Tyler. Either way, but that is a very good talking. Either way, it'll be either this week or next. I promise you, it will be coming within the next week or so. If it's not this week, I have two. That one and another idea that I want to do. I want to see which one I can put together the better list first. KO versus Cody versus Ray is also being advertised as well for Extreme Rules. Interesting. But thank you for some live chat, guys. I will start the UK review. And of course, I will watch. I didn't get to watch NXT yet because this was the season finale of Survivor tonight. And of course, that's how many hours long. Of course, I caught it a little bit late because I had an errand to run. So that's why I'm up here a little late. But I promise you, throughout the summer, this is not going to be the case. These very late reviews of UK and NXT. But I will watch NXT after this review, and I will review it in an hour. We'll be probably 2:30, but I'm sure I'll be awake enough because I had a lot of Coke tonight. Of course, Coke, not any drugs, but the legitimate caffeine drink Coke. You know what I mean? And usually when that happens, I stay up all night. So whatever. Anyways, We started off, we immediately jumped into a match with Piper Niven taking on Jamie Hayes, and she squashes her in about a minute 45 or something like that. I mean, Piper Niven's, has made her statement. We understand she's a big woman. She did great in the first Mae Young Classic. I do think she's definitely one person who's definitely a threat to Toni Storm's UK women's title. But Piper Niven's have like what 3 or 4 matches already. I really felt after the last one, it's time to finally have that match with her and Rhea Ripley. Not sure what we're waiting for, but I feel like they need to just get to that match. I mean, like Piper's like doing like all she can right now, but it's okay. She's proven her point. Like, how many more matches she's gonna have before she gets to that match with Rhea Ripley and Rhea puts her over. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, Piper Niven wins again. Backstage, we have Toni Storm being interviewed, asking about Nina Samuels, what she said recently about her leaving her family and such. And all Toni had to say was, if you mess with her head, she becomes dangerous. And she wants a match with Nina Samuels. And if Nina wants her 15 minutes of fame, she will get that. Which later on, it was announced official by NXT UK General Manager Johnny Saint that Nina Samuels will indeed get her title opportunity in 2 weeks against Toni Storm, which cooled me. I still felt that they should have had Nina Samuels take on Toni Storm first before Jinny did, honestly. I mean, I know Jinny was more established than Nina Samuels, but for like a first challenger after Rhea Ripley, like a core qualified challenger, Nina Samuels is all right, but she's not the biggest name yet. Like, Isla Dawn, she's good, but wasn't the hugest name up on the totem pole yet on the UK women's roster. So I thought she was a reasonable first challenger for Rhea Ripley when Rhea won the UK women's title. I still felt, they could have, had Nina Samuels wrestle Nina, lost my train of thought here. Technically, again, I said that, Jinny seemed more of a threat to Toni than Nina did. And I felt that they could have, at least, had that match later on, because, Jinny's definitely someone that I would have accepted dethroning Toni Storm. But again, Toni needs to have a nice long run with that UK women's title. And they would later on, I felt their match been a little more unpredictable. But it was still a great match her and Jinny had for sure, definitely. So we're getting that in 2 weeks, Nina Samuels and Toni Storm as well. We then have Sid Scala, the assistant general manager, being interviewed as he's entering the building, asked about Walter versus Pete Dunne next week. He talked about the qualifying matches that he's more interested in right now. Then Cassius Ohno comes in and calls Scala Psycho Sid, and of course just give him a hard time looking for another opportunity. He asks why has he been overlooked that wasn't put in a qualifying match. He asks Sid what he would do about it. Sid said, I'll talk to Johnny. I'll get back to you next week. So let's see what's next for Cassius Ohno. Whether he's going to get something serious or not, who knows. We then had the first of the 4 qualifying match of the 2 qualifying matches for the number 1 contenders fatal 4-way. It was Jordan Devlin taking on Ligero, which they had a match. I know they had a match months ago, which wasn't too bad. Which once again, I felt that, Ligero's been thrown into several situations where he's had a bunch of, he's put people over like he's like at times the last obstacle some of the heels have had to get through before they get that UK title opportunity. Which, all right, I mean, again, like as I say, the problem again with the UK wrestlers is that, they're much more known worldwide. And I don't know too many of these guys worldwide. I mean, I haven't been too impressed with Ligero so far that's on 205 Live. I mean, I think he's a good talent, but it's just like, he's mainly been there so far just to eat some pins, I feel. But I thought him and Devlin put on a good match. And of course, Devlin, Devlin has done all he can basically right now in the UK. He's done the most he can without the title. He put on a great match recently with Walter. He put on a great match with Pete Dunne for the UK title months ago. Again, I honestly would like to see him, still get time in the UK, but also get some time on 205 Live. I really think he would benefit also being on 205 Live to bring some fresh competition in there for sure and add a little more depth to 205 Live. But he wins here, and definitely, you you had, him and, Joe Coffey, like two guys who have been in contention for the UK title that definitely, to keep their credibility, definitely needed to be in this fatal four-way more, I felt. So they're in the match as Ligero wins by hitting Devlin's side on him to win. We then have an interview with Devlin after the match where Devlin says that this match didn't need to happen as he already was the number one contender. Whatever way you shuffle the deck, you always fall short of the ace, basically, because they can never bet against the ace. We then see a video package of Walter saying he's the ring general and usually there's pressure on the champ, but he isn't a normal guy and he never feels pressure. He said he appreciated Pete Dunne and liked the match with him and granted him a rematch because he was the first one to step up and ask. It's good Dunne was training hard and would be prepared, but he will also be prepared too. Which, I'm sorry, once again, I just hate it when they say, if you just win the match, all you had to do was ask. It's like, I hate when they say that. It's like, so anybody can get a match. Well, then again, this is Triple H's show, not Vince McMahon's show. So I can't really trash on it too much. But once again, just that freaking promo, poison me. We're not the authority. You are. And I'm not going to rant again because once again, this is not Vince McMahon's show. Anyways, so I'm going to be butchering this guy's name for a long time. Alja Dragunov is getting ready to make his debut. Before that, we had an interview backstage with Mustache Mountain discussing Walter and Pete Dunne rematch next week. Of course, it is being called the greatest rematch in NXT UK history and the greatest match for UK television. I can definitely agree. I'm not afraid to set my expectations high for that. I thought they had a really good match at TakeOver New York. Again, a match I'm probably, over-exaggerating this, kind of remind me a little bit of End of an Era. I know it wasn't as good or as iconic as End of an Era, but it had that feel to it for me. Like a B End of an Era match. I mean, it was still, I'd say, if I gave it a grade, it was a little higher than a B, but if you want to give storytelling quality, I gotta say, it was End of an Era, but it wasn't a classic End of an Era, if you know what I mean. It was a good End of an Era style match to me, I felt. Well, I'm talking about End of an Era, talking about the match with Triple H and Undertaker, but that might be me setting the bar a little too high. Again, I'm not saying it was a classic, but it had that feel to it, but not as monumental, in my opinion. But it was still an excellent match. I look forward to seeing, of course, what Pete Dunne and Walter can do next week. But anyways, Mustache Bound being interviewed, and Trent said it was the greatest the greatest rematch. Also, would not just be that, but also it would be Mustache Mountain taking on the grizzled young veterans for the NXT UK tag titles. So we'll see if that match happens anytime soon. I'm sure it's come around the corner since Mustache Mountain has been earning their victories and whatnot. But anyways, we got Alja Dragunov, if I'm pronouncing his name, taking on Jack Stars. The poor Jack Stars always gets fed to the new guys, and he basically dominated this match. And and here's some facts about Dragunov. It says here he was born in Russia. He wrestled in 2012. Started wrestling in 2012. Trained by Alexander Wolf, and Rick Baxter. He appeared in Next Step Wrestling and German Wrestling Federation before he went to WXW. He won some titles in WXW, looks like it. And apparently he won some tournament, beating Walter in the finals, apparently. He went to PWG in 2018. And he apparently wrestled Pete Dunne in October of 2018. His career almost ended in 2013 when he broke his skull during a WWE tryout. But then he eventually did bring back. And he does have good charisma apparently, and he works well both his heels of babyface and whatnot. But just some facts about Dragunov. I guess he's supposed to be a big deal. But eventually he does, of course, get the win, hitting a Torpedo Moscow, the name of his finisher. And so we'll see what happens next for him. We also have Mark Andrews being interviewed with Noam Dar backstage, saying they were not happy with how their last match ended and were looking forward to being in the ring. They shook hands and vowed that the best man would win. So I guess I'll wait till after they have their rematch, but I guess Noam Dar is going back being a babyface. Okay, they randomly turned him heel, but then, of course, that injury ending, for their last match again. That last match they had was a really good match. I think like at the end of like February or early March, I can't remember when it was, but sometime in March, I think it was, that match happened. And I got worried that Dar re-injured his knee again. But I guess they're rolling with, it's like Triple H sees that he's rolling with the momentum basically that, you know, they both kind of got from that match, making Dar a baby face again. So I kind of got feel the promo he cut too. So we'll see what happens when we get that rematch, which should be pretty good. We didn't have Killer Kelly taking on Xia Brookside, which this match kind of confused me because it looked like that, you know, these two were, I mean, I'm confused. I know Killer Kelly has not really been one of the more serious, you know, contenders in NXT UK yet. I mean, I did like her in the Mae Young Classic, but I know she's not really one of the most serious contenders yet, but I still am confused, you know, if she's a face or a heel. She seemed like a heel for some time. And in this match, she even showed respect to Xia Brookside, like 3 minutes into the match. But then as they were shaking hands, out came Jinny, which cannot rely. She is totally going up higher on my best looking totem pole for sure. For you know, some of the best looking women I've ever looked at, just saying. But she comes out and she stands there, and then she puts her hand out, and she introduces, apparently she's known as the alpha female, Jazzy Gabbard, a big woman. Probably bigger than Piper, never sure. Maybe like Nia Jax size or something like that. She comes out, and then Brookside and Kelly, you know, bumped fists together and made a pact to fight together. But then Kelly just banned her. So I'm just like, okay, is Killer Kelly, you know, face, heel, tweener? I don't know. But basically Jazzy Gabbard gets there and squashes Xia Brookside. So poor Xia. Probably the youngest ones, well, besides we haven't seen her for a while, but Millie McKenzie. But one of the youngest ones, for sure, Xia Brookside gets, you know, beaten up again. Poor Xia. She's so adorable. I hope to see her as like an underdog champion someday for sure, but not today as she's squashed by Jazzy Gabbard. So I'm guessing eventually Piper Nevin's going to be champion, and then she's probably going to drop it to Jazzy G over here, whatever you want to call her. But that happened there. Of course, then we had the official announcement that Toni Storm will defend her UK title against Nina Samuels in 2 weeks. And then we had our main event. It was the second qualifying match for the Fatal 4-Way in 2 weeks. It was Bomber Dave Mastiff taking on Wolfgang. Just a brief match. It didn't even go 5 minutes. And eventually Dave Mastiff won with a running cannonball in the corner, being Wolfgang, which, you know, made sense. You know, Dave Mastiff won that feud with Eddie Dennis, which, again, I'm really wondering what the heck happened to Eddie Dennis. So, like, again, before Walter came around, I was hoping to be Eddie Dennis being the one, as I kept saying, to be the one to dethrone Pete Dunne, because of the history it seemed that he had with Pete Dunne. Like that history with how he grew up, you know, and he envied both Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews. I was just like, like, you know, it's like interesting. Like, what if they could build him up to be the one to dethrone Pete Dunne, maybe? But instead, of course, Walter came in and that got all pushed aside. But Dave Mastiff, of course, won that feud when he defeated Dennis in that no disqualification match at TakeOver Blackpool. So disappointed with what Eddie Dennis did, but it made sense for Mastiff to win this to keep his momentum going. I mean, Wolfgang's fine, but I feel like he's just the third member of Gallus, in my opinion. But of course, my thing too, I mean, at least, you know, one member of Gallus is in, because my thing too is, again, you know, Gallus is built as like the first, you know, real heel stable for NXT UK. I'm surprised that again, like, you know, I'm okay with Gibson and the Grizzled Young Veterans as tag champions, but I still personally felt, you know, Gallus could have used them more to capitalize on their, you know, early momentum. Like Gibson and Drake are fine, but I still feel like that's just a consolation prize for Zach Gibson, because there's no mid-card title, and it's obvious that, you know, they wanted to kind of make Zach Gibson like the top heel of NXT UK. But, you know, I just don't know where Gallus is really going now. I don't know. I mean, maybe Joe Coffey will win this fatal 4-way and face Walter. Who knows? But we'll see. So after the match, of course, as they're in Scotland, they had the Coffey brothers come out and they beat down Massive in a 3-on-1 before, you know, Gallus' music play off the air, just give a pop for their hometown. So yeah, next week, of course, we get a little bit of a preview again for next week, which will be the rematch the biggest rematch in NXT UK history. Walter defending his UK title against Pete Dunne. Unfortunately, a lot of chat again. I'll give NXT UK a B- this weekend. This a bunch of small, passable, but nothing really two highlight matches. Some storyline development for sure. Of course, the debut of Jazzy Gabber and Ija Dragunov. Again, I'm gonna butcher that name until I get used to hearing that name for the next several weeks and whatnot. But B- for NXT UK this week. Live chat. See what we got here. Let me see here. We've got McIntyre and Styles being advertised on stream. Was nice. Can't wait for the summer. Again, hopefully it's good. A worse view for Tyler is for the title is Seth Rollins and Kane. Oh goodness, that was terrible for sure. Dragunov is looking like about to get a big push in UK. I think so for sure. John Cena and Punk in 2011 was a good also. Triple H got to be in charge. We don't know that. Okay, is JBL and Booker T in 2004. Rumors are that Triple H is pissed. I heard that for sure. That Triple H is definitely pissed off with what Vince has been doing. AJ heel turn formed the club again against the Shield, win the Universe against Seth, win the Universe title. Honestly, even though the club is apparently due out in September, if they want to put AJ and the club back together, God bless their souls, because that worked great. And again, I do kind of see a possible AJ Styles heel turn coming for sure. But I would love to see that. What's up, Robbie? After seeing how hot she looked tonight in NXT, I want an Aaliyah ice cream bar. Oh, dang. I gotta watch NXT. I can't wait to see how hot she looks again. Aaliyah, you're young. You're definitely one of my more underrated up there talents. I'm glad they're finally giving her something serious to do. But all right, an Aaliyah ice cream bar. Awesome. Hopefully that happens in the summer. Vince fears 3 letters, which is AEW for sure. Vince is posting talent left and right each and every month, is losing talent for sure. Yeah, again, the TV deal has been official. They're debuting in October. Vince better realize he's screwed. He better get his act together and take away the stupid wild card role and, actually start treating people fairly and not just sabotaging their careers. But yeah. But guys, that's it for the NXT UK review again. I'm going to cut this off here now because I want to watch NXT and get back up here in about an hour to review NXT as well tonight before I go to bed. So guys, once again, I will try to do my a special live stream tomorrow. It'll either be Tyler's idea of the best WWE title feuds and the worst ones also. If I don't have a list prepared for tomorrow, I'll save that one for next week. I do have another one I've been wanting to do for a while. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time, so we'll do that next week. John Cena R-Truth 2011 is a bad one for Tyler. Yeah, I guess so also. But yeah, so I will do that either tomorrow, like late tomorrow night, because I have a graduation I'm attending for a couple friends tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely have to wait till Friday to do that stream. But I definitely think my last batch of baseball players for now is going to be coming in, and I'm going to try to finish Adam Project as well the weekend. Of course, I will be up here live for a live review on Sunday for my Money in the Bank. We'll be saying this stuff again in my NXT review anyways. But but I'll see you guys in an hour, guys. Again, B- with NXT UK. Weird thoughts on NXT UK this week. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure, as always, to slap a like on my videos, subscribe to our content on my channel, follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. Also, speaking on Twitter, I got to mention some news in my NXT review that I just heard recently, and I'm very disappointed now, but I'll get to that, of course, in the NXT review. But also check out my WrestleMania Experience documentary. I haven't done so yet. The link to it is found in the description box down below. With that, guys, I'll see you guys in about an hour for my NXT live review. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys in an hour. Peace out, everybody.